Hi friends, I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this reading vlog. So in this reading vlog, I have some specific plans. First, I am going to be trying to finish Dark Dawn by J. Kristoff, and I'm also going to be starting on Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Dark Dawn, I am buddy reading with Anisha, like I mentioned in a previous video, and Ninth House, I am buddy reading with Ashley, so I'm super excited about these two. Anyway, today I have a package that I thought would be kind of fun if I unboxed it on camera because I've never done like an unboxing, so that's kind of exciting. This was sent to me by Penguin Random House and I have some idea as to what might be in here, but let's just open it. I actually received this a couple days ago, but I've been like holding on to it because I didn't want to open it by myself and I wanted to open it on camera. Okay, I was right. There are two books in here, and the first is Darius the Great is Not Okay, and the second one is Darius the Great Deserves Better. So this is book one and this is book two that just came out, and I've seen this book around in bookstores and stuff, so I'm super excited to read it. This, I believe, is about an American Iranian teen who gets involved in this love triangle. Yes, so his name is Darius and he's half Persian and he's taking his first ever trip to Iran, which is about to change his life, and he gets involved in a love triangle is what I know. I really love these covers too. Happy Thursday. Today I just went to the library and got Spinning Silver. One of my friends in real life really loved this book and she recommended it to me, which is why I decided to pick it up. I have been in like a mood reading type of mood recently, so I think I might just start this right now because I am intrigued. I actually have no idea what this is about whatsoever, but I'm excited to find out. Monday, as you saw, we got a puppy and I am so excited and happy to have him here. His name is Jasper. He is 6 weeks old and he's a Labradoodle and he's so cute. For the past 2 days, I have just sat on the floor next to him and have done little else. So I'm here to give you a sad little reading update because understandably I have not done that much reading since he got here. I got to about page 70 of Spinning Silver and I am loving it so far. I went into this knowing nothing. I didn't even read the synopsis. By what I can tell so far, this is kind of like a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and there's also this character that kind of reminds me of Rapunzel, so I really love it so much. The writing style is so beautiful. I think this is one of my favorite books just because of the writing style, and I'm only 70 pages in, so I am really looking forward to reading the rest of it. I'm actually getting through it pretty quickly. I mean, I haven't really been reading much, but when I do sit down to read, I fly through the pages, so I'm really looking forward to finishing this. And I finally started Ninth House. As I said, I'm buddy reading this with Ashley, and I'm really liking it too. It's definitely slower than Spinning Silver, but I am enjoying the slower pace. Our main character is Alex, and I have mixed feelings about her. I don't dislike her, but I don't really like her either, so we'll see where that goes. And the other point of view that I really like is Darlington. I just loved his point of view chapter from like the first sentence, and the moment I read that sentence, I knew it, that it's over for me, that I am in love with this character. Hopefully he doesn't end up being like a bad person. Happy Thursday, and thank you for making it to the end of this very chaotic vlog. At least it felt really chaotic when I was filming it, but maybe I'll be able to make it less chaotic while editing. There were several books that I tried to read this week, but never once did I think that I would actually finish all of them. The purpose of me having so many options was so that I'd just be able to pick whichever one I was in the mood for the most. I ended up finishing Spinning Silver, and oh my goodness, I am so glad I decided to pick this book up because it was so amazing, so good. I am speechless, and I just finished it like 10 minutes ago, so I haven't exactly processed all of it, but this is definitely a 5-star read. There are 3 main girls, Miriam, Wanda, and Irina. Miriam's story was a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and the other 2 I'm not quite sure. I said earlier that one of the girls reminded me of Rapunzel, but I take that back because she just has like really long hair and none of her story actually like lines up with Rapunzel, I don't think. It also has, in my opinion, the best, hands down, the best portrayal of fae/fairies. I'm not exactly sure if that's how you'd classify them, but it's pretty close, and I really love the way they were depicted in this book. To give you a quick little summary, Miriam is the daughter of a moneylender, and he's really nice, so he keeps lending all this money out, but he just doesn't have it in himself to go and collect all these debts. One day, Miriam has finally had enough, so she goes out in her father's stead and collects all the money that people owe them, and she is ruthless. She does not accept any excuses from anyone. She's just so amazing. I love her. This book also has some of my favorite strong female main characters, so that's also another reason why I really love this book. Next, I mentioned this before already, but I also made it through 100 pages of Ninth House. Ashley and I are reading about 100 pages every single week, so we'll be done by the end of September. I loved it right away and I was into it, but Ashley said the beginning was kind of boring, so I can definitely see why people have mixed reviews. And it's also like a bit confusing right now because there's so many new people and new places that are mentioned. Hopefully, as the book goes on, I understand more and am able to figure things out more. And finally, I made it through a grand total of 14 pages of Dark Dawn. I don't know why, I just cannot get into it. The writing style has not been appealing to me at all so far, and it has been a really long time since I read Nevernight and God's Grave, so I kind of have forgotten really what goes on. I'm finding it really hard to convince myself to sit there and read this, so hopefully Anisha isn't that far into it yet because I'll need to catch up. In addition to these two, I will also be reading these two. This book is called Vox and I am buddy reading it with Sonali from The Melodramatic Bookworm. It takes place in a dystopian United States where women are only allowed to speak 100 words a day. They're no longer allowed to be literate and get an education and all these things because they're only allowed to speak 100 words a day. So that's all I really know, and it sounds kind of intriguing, so I'm excited to get into it. Finally, the last book I mean to finish in September is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I am buddy reading this book with Nicole, and the two of us have been buddy reading this since June. So neither of us really read much of it in June. So then we decided to finish it in July, and then we didn't read it at all in July. August, we were like, we'll finish it for sure. And then we just ignored it for like the entire month. So now that it is September, we have decided that we will finish it for sure in September. And it's funny because I just didn't read it back in June. I just ignored this book. And then every time I would talk to Nicole, because I'd still be talking to her about like other stuff, I just wouldn't mention this book. And I was just like, I hope Nicole doesn't ask me how much I have read, because I was 100% sure that she was like halfway through the book already. But then both of us realized that both of us were just ignoring this book and we really need to finish it. Anyway, that is all I have for this vlog. I know it's not like the aesthetic vlogs that I did the last two times, but I hope you like it still. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I hope your day is as wonderful as you are.